Sasquatch, Yeti, the Grassman, Bigfoot. We set out in this episode to find this creature that may or may not exist, described as a hairy, woods-dwelling, bipedal ape-like creature that many have reported seeing. Some have even recorded supposed video of, but no one producing any evidence of its actual existence. Today we're taking a look at two places in Ohio that have had a number of Bigfoot sightings to see if we can locate this elusive creature or any evidence of its existence. There have been nearly 40 Bigfoot sightings in Salt Fork State Park since the 1980s. Morgan's Knob, Parker Road, part of what's locally known as the Buckeye Trail, the cabin area, and the park's primitive campground, aptly named Bigfoot Ridge, are some of the more prominent sighting locations. Salt Fork State Park was named one of USA Today's 10 great places to walk in the shadow of Bigfoot. Salt Fork State Park was completed in the 1960s following a change in plans to use it as a water reservoir to recreational use. Since then, campers, fishermen, and recreational thrill seekers, and even an employee at the park's gift shop have reported seeing what we know today as Bigfoot. Our tools would be tripods, my drone, and some protection, of course. We know how YouTube feels about that, so we'll just say protection, check. Our first stop was the Hozak's Cave area, where a park employee had once reported seeing what she believed to be a Bigfoot run across the road and into the woods. Footprints would be tough this time of year, though, as leaves absolutely covered the woods and the trails and concealed tree stumps and mud holes, making an otherwise enjoyable hike an opportunity to take a tumble. We hiked through the woods for miles, coming up completely empty-handed. One of the ideas I had for this episode was to make it comical by dressing up as a Sasquatch and running through the woods for some grainy, unstable footage opportunities to share. But after visiting the park, I am glad we did not do that, because in no fewer than 4 occasions we saw people in camouflage walk out of the woods with crossbows in hand, and taking an arrow through the chest for some YouTube hits just doesn't seem like a good trade-off to me. We also headed up to the primitive campgrounds, hoping that maybe there would be some visitors who had seen something or could give us any information, but those hopes were to no avail because there was not a single soul camping out at this time of year. It was a little on the cool side, and most people probably want to stay home. Soft mud lined the edges of the lake this time of year. I thought surely Bigfoot needs a drink of water. Maybe we could find something there. After combing nearly 2 miles of lakeside mud, we didn't find a single footprint that looked remotely Bigfoot. This led me to also wonder why, with the nature of this beast being such a big, hairy being, and my experience with Ohio summers reaching nearly 100 degrees and almost matching humidity, why we don't have any recordings or sightings of Bigfoot swimming. I mean, surely the big guy needs to take a swim and cool down from time to time. I decided it was high time to launch the drone and check out the woods from above. I watched the monitor as I flew the drone to see if I could see anything amiss, anything out of the ordinary, or anything, like a huge, hairy, bipedal ape-like creature that might be ducking behind trees to hide, or running through the woods to get away from the sound of the drone, or, well, just walking. If there was a Bigfoot in the woods with us today, it was definitely holding true to its legend of being a very elusive creature, or very good at hiding from humans, because I didn't feel like I saw absolutely anything in the video that would lead me to believe that there was anybody out there but us, really. But feel free. Check out the video, stop it, go back and forth, see if you can find anything that might make you believe that there was something else out there with us. Next, we hit the road and headed to Hocking Hills, leaving Salt Fork behind and driving an hour south to the area of Rockbridge in Logan, Ohio. The Hocking Hills is also an area that is known for a number of supposed Bigfoot sightings. Although sightings are rumored back into the late 1800s, the BFRO, or Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, has listed 7 documented sightings between May of 1979 and August of 2017. By the time we grabbed a bite to eat in nearby Nelsonville, Ohio, it was lights out for the rest of the night. As we just recently made the switch away from daylight savings time, darkness fell a little bit sooner than we thought it would. You never realize just how creepy the woods can be either. I mean, at nighttime. Flashlights only light up a particular spot. And it seems like every sound you hear is just far enough away, whether it's outside the scope of your lighting or just a little too far, a little too distant to be lit up by your flashlight. I mean, I can't tell you the number of times that I've heard something and thought that by the time I turn my flashlight around, I'm going to see something running at me. That's pretty scary. And we heard a number of sounds. Some we knew, like owls and coyotes. Those were the easy ones. We only whispered when speaking, but the leaves on the ground made an awful lot of noise. So when we walked, it seemed we couldn't remain quiet no matter how hard we tried. There were a couple times we heard sounds that were a little hard to explain. Once a thud sounded like kind of like a large rock hitting the dirt floor of the woods, giving that hollow thump. But of course, by the time we got our cell phones and lights turned in that direction, no more noise. As quiet as can be. Was it a tree branch that fell? Was it maybe a rock that finally gave way to erosion? Who knows? I think my biggest takeaway from this little experiment has been I need better lighting equipment, and I need a better camera other than my cell phone. I think those would be my next purchases. A full moon lit up the night sky just outside the woods and helped guide us down the trail and back to civilization. We will return here soon, and we'll do some overnight camping when we do. Hopefully, we'll have a little better lighting and definitely better camera equipment, at least something other than our cell phones, which is all we really had this time. Hey, I happen to notice from the analytics that nearly 75% of you folks out there watching my videos have not yet subscribed to the channel. I'm trying to make my way to my first 1,000 subscribers, so if you could smash that subscribe button. I only post every week or two, so it's not going to bug you. It doesn't cost you a dime, and it really helps me out. Every like, every comment, every subscriber helps me out. So do me a favor, smash that subscribe button if you like the video or this kind of content. Leave it a like and leave me a comment. This is not my normal content. I usually do drone footage mixed with some cool ambient music. Hopefully down the road when the Gladiator gets a little more capable, I'll throw in some off-roading videos. That is the goal. But until then, I just decided to throw this video in to test my narration skills, do something a little different, give folks a laugh, maybe make you think, what is out there? Might there be a Bigfoot? Well, maybe one day we'll know the answer. And until then, take care. Thanks for watching.